So I saw this seed starter on printables, and it was very good when I printed it out, but it had a couple things that I wanted to change with it. First being this corner right here of the leaf. This wall was made way too thin because of the size of the leaf, and it broke. Um, where the whole model still works as intended, but just this corner snapped off, so it adds a little imperfection. I also do want to make this smoother so you don't see the edges. So what I'm gonna do is, even though I know that there's a measurement tool down here, I'm gonna take measurements the old school way and grab two endpoints and fill, and I want to add statistics and edge length. So 46 and 50. So we can undo both of those. And the bottom was 54. So, okay. So now I can find out how tall it was. Oh, I was doing my left key, not the shift key. So that's why I didn't grab anything. So 100 meters or millimeters tall. So we can grab that and undo edit mode. So we can add a mesh cylinder. Add cylinder. We're gonna say 200 just to make this smooth. We wanted 46, so 46 divided by 2 would be 23, and depth would be 100. And we are going to change the sheet and the material to red just so that we know that that's going to be a cut when it's all said and done. So we can get rid of this seed starter and hide it for right now. We're going to add another object, another cylinder of 25, because 20 we want a 50 50 millimeters in diameters, so we can do that. And we now want to add a Boolean modifier to subtract this cylinder from this, and we created our walls. So now we can actually apply this, and we'll check this out. So we know that this inside does have to be filled in to make a manifold edge. So here, let's do it the easy way. So we'll have to fill in that face. So F to fill in that face. And we want to take this outside edge to create the base of feature. So we're going to extrude and scale. It doesn't matter where we are right now because we can fix that by calculating the old school way. So we'll grab these and this, not that one, but the one right next to it. So I have to zoom in, I guess, and do our fill. So we want to take this 68 and have be 54. So we want to grab this whole ring out here, and we can do S to scale it down. And it looks like this number is about what we want, so we're just gonna say that's good enough. And now we want to grab that edge. Not necessary anymore, so we can delete edge, and we'll grab all of these, and it was, I believe, 3 millimeters, so 0, 0, and -3 to do it, and we can fill in the face. So now we should have our main shape. I'll do N and grab the add-on of 3D printing tools, non-manifold edge. This is because technically we would not, if I get rid of this face to show you, we do not need these faces right here. And I'll turn off the edge length because that's just getting in the way. We do not need these faces, so we can get rid of the faces for those two and put this back to have the face on the base and check back into just edges, but nothing is non-manifold anymore. So now we can go mesh, normals, and recalculate inside, recalculate outside, it doesn't matter. And they're all good. So now we have our basic shape. So now we want to create our little base, and I'll keep the leaf that she had. I believe it was Erica in her original model, but we'll rotate and scale it down a little bit. So we're going to edit mode, and I'll just grab these 4 vertices right up here, and Control and Shift D to duplicate them, right click and separate selection. Now I'm going to go into face mode because I'm going to do both of them at the same time, and we can just that's not what I wanted to do. We can go to this side and grab these faces and shift and grab these faces. We can duplicate with Shift D and separate selection. So now we can undo edit mode, and we can get rid of our big seed starter, the original one, and we will, since we selected that one first, we'll go in and edit this one, and I'll do the slash excuse me, to just isolate it. I'll do A to select them all, F to fill that face, extrude, and I'm just gonna extrude the 100, probably more than necessary. I'll take this face and bump it out 30, and we are going to put this as red because it's also going to be a cut. And we can undo the isolation, and we should rename this to something like that keeps it on the top. So editing. So now it'll keep it on the top. So we have our main thing selected. We can add a modifier, Boolean, and difference this, and now we can hide this, and it'll be showing our cut. And it looks wonky up here because the shell or the leaf is still showing. So we can go back into edit mode with this one and isolate it again, and I will take all these vertices that we don't need and get rid of them. This one is the random vertice. So now we see that it's curved, so we can just go select them all, extrude scale on the x-axis, and 0. So it should go all of them. So this one is curved, this one is flat, so we can grab we can go into X-ray and grab, actually, all of them that are curved and delete those vertices, because now we have our leaf. So now we can grab all of them, and I'm going to merge by distance just to keep the shape, but like kind of make it a little bit more simple. Let's just do 2. And let's lower it down. I like how this looks. So now we can grab them all with A again and F, fill in the face. And now we are going to, with them all selected already, we're going to extrude. Let's extrude it 100 like the last thing. And go back into faces and bump this out to 20. And then we'll go back into object mode and change this to red because we know it's not going to stay there. It's going to be a cut. We're going to select edit or our editing model, and we're going to duplicate this one and select the leaf. So right now, basically, we are at where we were with the main model before, the original one that Erica created. However, we're just at smoother, but I want to take this leaf, rotate it a little, scale it down so that it keeps the original look, but also prints better. And then I'm going to add a little chamfer to this base just to like solidify it up. I'll probably add a little chamfer to this side too. So, excuse me. One easy way to do that, in my mind, would be just to grab this. Actually, just grab these 2 edges. Command B for vowel. And I'll do 5. But I'm gonna make it look a little different than just a straight up normal bevel, and I'll bump these up. Let's do 15 too. So by messing with these main shape, I can have the bevel show up on the cut too. So anything we do with our main shape, since we haven't applied our modifier yet, will stick to the model, and that'll be the cutout shape. So we're going to take this and go back into edit mode, and I'm going to take this, select them all, and scale them down, because I'm going to look at this side. I want to see, oh, we have to worry about our x-axis. We want to, I'll scale these all down to 85, see what that's like. Yeah, that looks about right. And if I want to, I can make the leaf look a little different, but I don't want to. So I'm going to go back to 85. And I'm going to rotate it just a little so that it's got no overhang faces. And I like 22. So that looks about right. Even though it looks a lot more straight up rather than curved. So her original design had it more at an angle, which add a little more interest in my opinion, but for printing purposes, I'm gonna put it straight up and down, so that it prints easier and you don't have as many flaws. So just adding those two changes should add a little bit to the durability and ease of printing. I'm gonna grab my model and we are going to zoom in and look at this row right here, right where the base starts, and we're just gonna bevel that out 2 millimeters so that it hits all the outside and still maintains it. And I'm gonna grab all the bottom, bevel it, but I'm gonna only do it 0.2. And what I like to do on the bottom is bevel it just that little bit, but grab this higher up row and do 0.8. So basically the first millimeter is a little bit size difference in case for printing the bed where the heat is applied warps a little outside, so you might have elephant's foot or whatever. This just tends to smooth that out a little bit. It might not matter for every case, but it looks a lot better in my opinion when all is said and done. So right now we could apply everything and that'll be good. So apply, and I'm gonna guess when we check everything, we are still good. These things do have numbers, but honestly, I only care about non-filled edges and bad config edges. So right now, we're all okay. I'm going to see if I could bevel everything, like, let's see, 0.2. See if that applies to everything, which I doubt it will. And it applies to like nothing. So I'm gonna go into edit mode and grab these vertices up here. I'm still in X-ray, so I grab the base too. I don't want to. I'm just gonna add a little bevel of 0.2, and you'll see that it didn't apply to most of the vertical, but only applied to some of the horizontal features. Smooth it out. But I'm leery about seeing this, so I'm going to check. Everything looks fine. So I'm just gonna file, export, STL, which I need to cancel because I didn't select it. So file, export, STL, 3D printing, selection only. I'll just leave it on totally for right now. And I'll meet you in Prusa Slicer with it up. So now we have the file open in Prusa Slicer, and everything looks perfectly fine. And I'm just gonna go with the default and see where we're at with printing time. If we have a 0.4 nozzle and do a quality of 0.2 millimeters height, or yeah, 0.2 millimeters layer height, we're at about 248 for print time, which is not that bad, and it's gonna be durable, and I'm content with the modifications that we made. And then I can export it and go to print it, and we will see what it looks like compared to the original once it's all printed. After it all printed, I am very happy with the results of this remix, and I think it went very easily because basically Erica's original model had all the dimensions and the design I needed. I just had to tweak it here and there to make it more suited for my needs and more durable. I hope you enjoyed this video.